Hallo Studenten, I'm Laura Bennett with German with Laura, and in this video we want to look at the question, is translating good or bad? This video is part of a larger series, Learning the German Language, the Essential Beginner's Guide, but this video does also stand on its own. In order to answer this question, I need you to look at this language triangle with me, okay? The top of the triangle is our goal, learning German words, okay? There are two types of vocabulary that we need to build and two different ways of building it. The first type is concrete vocabulary, which is anything that we can see, hear, taste, touch, smell. This vocabulary we can build by connecting directly from the concept of what that thing is to the German word. For example, we can see a picture of something like this, and we can directly associate that with the German Die Blume. Okay, that's what this is, Die Blume. Okay, that's how we build all concrete vocabulary. Foods, furniture, clothing, places, anything that you can see, hear, taste, touch, smell, you should be learning this way, right? By connecting directly from the concept to the German. That's going to be the fast way to learn German, and that's the only way that true fluency in German is possible. You don't have time in a conversation to translate every word in your head, okay? You don't want to do that, and if you follow this process, right, of this particular way of building concrete vocabulary in German, you won't get stuck in that trap. You'll be able to think quickly in German and find all the words that you need. Okay, but there's a second type of vocabulary, which is the opposite of concrete vocabulary, and that is abstract. Okay, these are words such as freedom, friendship, kindness, economics, right? We don't have a way to touch economics. We can't smell freedom. We can't taste friendship, right? These are abstract nouns, and we have to learn these differently. This is where translation does come into play. You have no choice but to translate from English or whatever your native language is into German. So it's a long way because we're essentially going from the concept through our native tongue and then translating into German. So when you initially learn an abstract word, you have to do this. But we need to get away from translating as soon as possible. And the way that we can do that is by taking all of those new words, freedom, kindness, friendship, whatever it is, and immediately applying them into sentence drills, which I talk about earlier in this series. You have to use the vocabulary in an applied way right away, and if you do that, you'll be able to get away from the perpetual translation of those words, and you will still internalize the German, right, subconsciously, and be able to draw upon that rapidly, just like a native speaker. So translation isn't inherently good or bad. It can be the right thing if it's the right time and it's used in the right way. So now we have one final misconception that we need to correct so that you can be well on your way to learning German as efficiently and effectively as possible. In the next video, we're going to look at the question, is learning German all a matter of building as much vocabulary as possible, or is there something else to it? So you can click here to continue to the next video in this series, or if you haven't yet watched from the beginning, click here instead. We're going to talk about YouTube videos, popular apps and software programs, and the pitfalls of them that I see so many students fall into. You need to avoid those pitfalls so that you can actually achieve your goal of learning to speak German.